December the 5th, 1971, at 1:30 a.m., Uri Geller was placed into a state of hypnotic induction. The tape recorder usually used for recording was disabled by some invisible power. Then, the voice was heard. No one in the room could tell where the voice came from. It was not Yuri's voice. It said,
"Here I am. I am ready. Ask."
The focus was on the figure of Uri Geller. Who was he, really? And what did he come here to do? What was his role on planet Earth?
Take good care of him. He is in a very delicate situation. He is the only one for the next 50 years to come. We are going to be very, very far away. SPECTRA, SPECTRA, SPECTRA. That is our spacecraft. There are some books on your planet left by our people. Yuri will find in the years to come. Your questions will be answered. Keep them, keep them, keep them. They will materialize themselves away after they have done their work. Do not worry. I am sending Yuri back to you now. Farewell.
Yuri did not remember anything of his encounter and communication with the artificial intelligence of the craft now known as SPECTRA. Yet behind the craft, or probe called SPECTRA, was the collective intelligence that called itself Hoover. The question was asked through Uri. What is the history of Hoover in the evolution of the human race on this earth?
We first interfered with the human race 20,000 years ago. We came on a planned mission from our own solar galaxy, and our first landing place on Earth was at the Oak Manor in Edinburgh, where Abraham met us. That is the origin of the legend of the ladder to the gods, because they saw us come out of our craft on a ladder device. However, we found traces of the presence of other visitors from other spaces who had been on Earth millions of years earlier. But we found man in much the same animal condition as you see them in today.
When was the last time that you actively tried to upgrade the quality of man's self and of his civilization?
We give advice actually about once every 6,000 years. The last time that we did this was 6,000 years ago to the Egyptians. Our advice is usually given gently and is not too strong, and we do it more for our own purposes than for man's benefit.
Were there other places where you tried to help man by stimulating the process of civilization?
Yes. 6,000 years ago, we tried to help in other places. The area that we now call Alaska is culture, passed on to what we call China. We also did this in India. This is the time at which humans were allowed to see us physically. They abjectly worshipped us, which we could not tolerate.
How does the soul relate to you?
We occupy our physical bodies for about 1 million years at a time. However, our computers do not have souls, and they do not die. We too, as souls, move on toward God. Everything that exists moves.
If your secrecy is related to your principle of non-violation of free will in humans. Why is there to be some revelation now?
Our secrecy has only to do in a very small part with the free will of humans. Mostly, it is because we don't want to reveal our intentions. In the past, we have even landed before masses of people. But we cannot afford anymore to land physically on your planet. It is because of your tendency to panic, to worship, to react abnormally to us.
During the past quarter of a century, there have been many space visitations reported. Are these yours?
Most of these reports by humans are due to hallucinations and aberrations. But some of our units have landed. But most of the reported landings have been from other visitors from space, some of whom we do not see, but which you can see. They are of different vibrations, different spaces, different velocities. We are the only ones who are mostly here. The other visitors come and go. We stay. This tape will vanish when you hear it. Farewell.
Uri knew that he had the capacity for a little bit of telepathy and psychokinesis. Everybody has some. Yet there were powers beyond those, the power of some superior intelligence being bestowed upon certain human beings. Maybe, thought Uri, it is what man always thought of as being God.